And welcome to the stream. I'm streamceptioning. Let's see here. Hang on. Let me go. And hi, everyone. Welcome. Where am I going with this one for now? Hi. Welcome. Everyone. It is Game of Thrones Day. So, for those of you who aren't aware, it is, our, what was I gonna say? Um, this April is tournament for Game of Thrones. We're having, April tourney, which means it's just a friendly competition and not much else going on. Um, but I have Girl Scout cookies because it's post Lent, so delicious. So it is post Lent. Um, yeah. All right, it is post Lent, and all right. LSU Tigers, 2026. All right. Here's an interesting question. They started following me. We're gonna do writing. That's our plan. I was gonna bring up before the words. That's what we're going to do. So I closed on that. So we can do is bring this to new window. We're doing some fun little arrangements. Um, there is a way to do this that is makes a lot of sense where you just need to oh, there we go. Not that one, not that one. Um there's that. Possibility. Um we have some fun stuff going on with that. So let's oh right. First thing I'm going to do is say welcome all. Also, that. Also, hi, my name is Lee. I am man. If you want to put a certain caliber of man, but only kinda. I have cookies. I am a writer. I do fun things. I'm hella gay. What else? I don't know. Life is good. Um, the reason I put that at the beginning is not because my gender sexual necessarily influences what I do beyond, my own personal sense of self and how that influences everything I do was because um I once had someone who watched the stream regularly question why I was so um why I put so much attached so much importance to representation and then acted all shock faced when I said, I'm not straight, right? So I've started doing that. I am going to take out this earring though. I put them both in mostly so I could get them home because it's a lot safer to have you traveling with your an earring in your ear than just loose. Um, so what was I going to do? Oh yes, we were going to sorry, my nose is itchy. I'm going to do some writing. Um, how are we going to do this? You might ask. Yeah, well, there's a program called For the Words. Some of you who've watched the Oh, but I wanted to ask about the LSU Tigers. What that was. All right, 6.5 seconds. First thing we're going to do is pull up. No. This one. That one. Beautiful. Ta-da! That is a program called For the Words. It is a very cool program that lets you. Not great. If we boop this down, will that make it? No. Yeah. Okay, we'll work on that. In the meantime, let's switch it over a little. Okay. In the meantime, going to do. Okay, we have an ad in 1 minute. But basically, it gamifies writing. Since it's April and tournament month, I was thinking maybe we could do some of that. I also have stuff there that I need to get out of there, which we could also do. Let me put here that and this is a good part of the reason I did this is it's tournament time. come join me live, is to make sure that, that, um, tournament time with capital. Oh, I could do the bodyguard bootcamp challenge. Not during a write-in. Yes, I am sending it to everyone. Oh, yes, that is someone I want to talk to. Okay, so, uh, we will hang out here, and we'll make words happen. Very exciting stuff. Okay, that is gonna be our plan, such as it is. In case you were wondering, let me stretch a little, and I'll get back to you. This, gets to leave. Um, I'm going to, what? Yeah, if you're subscribed, you get to listen to me blow my nose. Alright. Ad break ended. Back we get. Hi, everyone, and welcome back. If you'll notice in chat, I put up notes for Game of Tomes, which is a, game of... Here. Why don't we, yes. There's that. Let me put this up. I think what we're going to do is just, that one gets deleted. Yep, I'm deleting the file. Okay, now, the rest of them we are, okay, snippets was, what was that one? Yes, okay, so that was, a lot of stuff. Okay, I'm going to go and check on our RP, maybe? I could write something vaguely got related. Um, 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 alright, alright, okay, um, okay, um, 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 yeah, um, okay. So, my plan was to write up a little bit, let's see, um, uh, okay, I think, um, okay, yes, what we're going to do is I'm going to bring this over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write this in for the words. The reason being just to, let's see, which one I was using. Nope, not that one. Yep, this is the one I was using for, um, two things. Okay. Okay. So this, I don't know if it shows particularly well, but I wonder if I can zoom in. Um, or I think what you can do, I think you can, um, you can change around certain things, but I don't think you can change um, editor settings. Oh, you can make the font size bigger. Hey, I can make the font bigger. Um, that helps actually. Okay. So that no, that doesn't help. Um, I think I might have. Okay. Yes. Okay. So that there we go. That actually is nice to have it slightly larger. Um, that makes it easier for you to read and just easier for me, I think. So what we're gonna do is. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do was so I wanted to do a little bit of got lore bits, and therefore we could do that in here. And what I wanted to do was type something in. Um, yeah. See. Okay. So LSU, Louisiana State University, is indeed the Tigers. Okay. So apparently, Louisiana State University Tigers either follow me on Twitch or someone using their 2016 or 2026. So either the Louisiana State Tigers class of 2026 like follows me on Twitch, or if that's a possibility, like, or someone who has access to their official Twitch account does, or someone named their Twitch account after the Louisiana State Tigers, which is kind of cool. But yeah, LSU sounds cool. Okay. Okay. So here's here we go. I'm gonna write some got lore. Um, I don't know what kind of got lore we're writing, but and I'm going to do some writing challenges for the words. Um, um, okay. Um, okay. Um, so challenge week is happening at some point. I got to figure out what. I also have to do my taxes. I have um just about a week to do them, so that's fun. But we're gonna actually do some writing first. So here's what we're gonna do. Um, part of For the Words is that you defeat monsters, and it's very clear exactly what a defeat means in the meta. So I know I've one very good friend um, who says we rescue them by fighting them, and I'm not opposed to this interpretation, honestly. But you defeat them by writing either defeat or rescue or get past them by writing an accept number of words in a certain number of time. And if you have get like, level up stat wise in the game, you can um, decrease the difficulty by getting extra time, like by default getting extra time, and also by default having your words count more. Which is kind of cool, I think. It's a kind of fun little gamify thing. There are definitely things I would not have written if I couldn't write them in For the Words, so I appreciate that. Let's do that. Um, I don't know what I'm writing though. I need a sudden burst of inspiration because otherwise we're not getting any writing done. It's already 2:15 and I have nothing written. Well, that's fun. Why don't I just um keep hearing, um housekeeping. It's fine. What is that? Just want to make sure. Also, I know. Also, um, yes, that's Rue's daughter, Rue's child. Uh, okay, got a little bit longer. Okay, so, okay, that is, we're going to here, and, I'm gonna format it. I'm formatting this for Discord to put it in our RP, um, because Flub in character does, one of she's going by a different name, um, in character for the Tome Knight because of, um, um, okay. That is, yes. Um, let's see. Or announcement. Okay, yes. Oh, yeah, I also have to work on trying to write for, fudging. Oh, Darth. Why don't I? Hang on. Um, if I was smart, I would have just done a, clear. That is 109 words that I just wrote. So I'm going to put them in here. For those of you who are wondering, um, uh, how this works. If you are participating in Game of Tums, um, what you do is you pick one of the houses, and um, you go and you apply in the channel point section, and you put in how many words you wrote, or if you're editing, you can count editing by time, or by, how many words, but there are different rules, and you can't count. Like, it's 1/3 of the, if it's just basic typo hunting, it's 1/3 of the words edited, or 15 words per minute by time, and that also counts for like typing up stuff you've written, um, just transferring it over, um, among other things, and you can count TTRPGs at that rate too if you're playing with your friends because it's storytelling. Um, if you, or you can count how many words you took as notes instead. Um, if you are doing, RP technically could be counted by time, if it's just like a kind of a live action, like, or not even like a less structured RP with some friends, but which used to do a lot in high school. But if it's you either count it by words or you can count it by time. I usually go by words, especially because we go back and forth posting that. Oh, I have to do for the lit games. Thank you for reminding me. But what was I going to say? I was going to say that um oh, right. So you figure out the number of words, either just basic, you know, drafting or anything counts just by the word for word. Editing. If you go over and like do serious developmental edits, you can count it by either by time or by number edited. But I always find it weird because I was like, well, the number, the amount of time you take shifts slightly. So you, I was always curious on that, how, because it's half the words, but then your question of whether you count the before or after for the number of words, or split the difference. Sable's good at that, because she does a lot of professional, like she's an editor, like professionally, and um, uh, or at least semi-professionally, like trading favors kind of editor, because she's an author. And you should all go buy Diane Morrison's books. Like, go buy her entire catalog. Diane Morrison, go buy all her books if you can find them on the interwebs. Just, I think, A Few Good Elves is a good one. It's a fun, like, it's a fantasy, but like, it's military history, like a military book, but it's it's got like a fun fantasy vibe, but it's like actually digs into the army part of it. It's cool. Go read it. It's fun. I can't do a good job describing it. Point. Also, they're in space. It's like elves in space, but also like detailed military, like that kind of vibe, like Honor Harrington, but also about elves. It's cool. Just go read it. What was I gonna say? War space. Oh, right. Um, Point being, she's really good at that. She also runs GOT and is really cool. And um, yeah, just shout out to how cool she is. Um, But oh, right, because she's really good at how to count heavy edits. I'm always a little iffy on those. I've counted them before, um, when we do like blitz writing and then clean up and do some serious cleaning up work, to redo the sentence structure and stuff, um, like brain dump. And that's when I was like cramming for words. I actually got some. It was an actually interesting new technique. But you know, oh right, so point vis-a-vis all of that was, if you are participating in GOT and you're writing or editing right now while watching the stream, you have to be watching the stream or have it on like in the background on your phone. Yeah, if you have to have a stream on either in the background, and the lobby runs is kind of like a 24-hour automated stream. So if you do, then you go into the stream, click the little button, and go to your house and say hit and submit. If you are writing or editing something right now and you would like to be part of Game of Tomes, go down and you should pick a house. I would highly suggest Sarapata, but you could pick any of them, whichever like fits your vibe. And then that's your house for the tournament, and that's all you have to do to enter. But once you pick the house, you have to stick to the house for the entire tournament. And then you can come onto the GOT Discord, and there is a way to get onto the GOT Discord, to like link it, and I can link my Discord, um, but that's not the GOT Discord. And then you can come RP with us and like come up with GOT Sona and cool. You don't even have to though. You can just pick a house and compete with us if you want, but you can only pick one house, and it has to be words you've written during the stream. And you can only pick one house. That's all there is to it. There's more information. I buried it, for all like the official rules and stuff, but that is the generalization. Stuff you write during the stream, and it can't be. You can't use AI. Like, you could use spell check or something, but no generative AI. That's the rule. It has to be from scratch your own words. I don't know if editing them is that's dubious at best, and honestly, like we're um we don't do generative AI for writing. That's because it kind of defeats the purpose of writing competition. I think for art, it's for fun personal stuff, sure. Like, there's bits and bobs, but nothing we're gonna post on our website or anything like that can be edited. So if you had a GOT Sonic character art, for example, and you were using Gen brainstorm idea for that, which I wouldn't, but I can't judge it too much for it. You'd have to either commission an artist or figure out how to replicate it without that. If you wanted to post it on the website and stuff. But, no, that's... God, it's really cool. Don't miss it away from it. It's a lot of fun. We just have a generative AI doesn't count as your own work kind of vibe. Which, I think is fair. Okay. We have that. Was there any other... Oh, there was the other... They were doing an RP that I completely lost track of. No, was it 13? Okay, let's do this. Okay. We were doing, let's do, so, okay, go here. I'm gonna find, a creature. That's just this one, I think. Yeah, and, nope, 500 more words, or 500 word, you know. It's not gonna be a full 500 words, because A, it's gonna count if I backspace, which I wouldn't count, and B, or go to adjust the sentence phrasing, and B, it's, I get a bonus on words, in the defeating, so it's gonna be, well, we're gonna do it, and also I'm not gonna count the first part, even though I'm gonna count it against the monster, which I guess is a little cheap, but I'm not gonna count it for barely any. Okay, I'm only going from, okay. Let's see. Taro was in that form. This was a RP we were doing, and then I completely forgot that I hadn't gone back to it, so, yeah. Blending. I think it's, we keep changing the exact official spelling of his name, but, because apparently it's in Mac of Blues, but no one remembered that, so the official spelling has changed, but it fits the mystique of this mysterious turtle. You'd think means you can fly. So wouldn't it be easier? Fly? Uh-huh. Either way. 1,000. Is dowsing, dowsing rod. Yep. And, well, yes. Temporary dowsing rod. Yep, that's... Then I... Um, 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 let's see. Yeah, that's the, because, what am I gonna say? Um, um, uh, we have, um, exit, entrance data. What? Indefinite? Um, year. Um, okay. Yeah. Okay, um, beautiful. Now we go to, now we're still working on that, but I have enough time I can do this. Um, Uh, okay. Double parentheses are usually for meta stuff. And then, so what I'm doing is I'm posting this right now. Do we have anyone in chat? We do not have anyone in chat. Okay. Basically, I'm posting this right now on the, Kara, displaying towers. I don't know if is it 1 hour or 2 hours? Clock walk is, entrance, enter, there we go. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, now we figure out how many words we just did. So that's fun. Okay. And we go word counter. 200 even. I'm gonna say 199 because I'm not sure about got in. So I'm gonna count 199. That's pretty good that we're doing this. Not that one. So yeah, this is what we're doing. Basically, I'm writing all of this stuff is RP. We do a lot of RP. If you join the GOT Discord, what was I doing? I was going to go to here and go. Remember, no, it doesn't actually matter if you note it in the thing that it's RP or not, but I find it's helpful. You don't even, it's more important if you're doing like light edits or heavy edits or by time, or even not by time. But they don't actually track edits separately anymore. So, it's generally kind of cool. Okay. Now, I'll caught up on that. We can do other fun stuff. I don't know what we're writing about, but we can write about it. Let's do it. Okay. How would you start an RP? We can ask if people want to do it. What are we doing? Um, uh, um, 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 yes. Um, mm, okay. Um, moving to the word present. Okay. I don't know what we're doing this box of cookies. Um, um, yes. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing with those box of cookies, but it's gonna be good. I'm just kind of going with it. Where we go, I don't know what we got. Box of cookies, lemon cookies. Baked a box of lemon cookies, and we're going to do something with it. Girl Scout cookie. I have Girl Scout cookies right here. Um, uh, Girl Scouts of America makes commissions some of the best freaking cookies, and then the sales process is actually like a big part of fundraising for the group overall and for individual troops. And so when you, um, yeah, the individual girls are involved in the scouts, and some of them are enemies, I think, too. But they're promoting business skills, and business skills and budgeting and just all of the life skills of selling cookies is it's a life skill, being able to negotiate um, business deals and promote and network and stuff like that. That's all sorts of good life skills. The cookies are delicious. They fund the girls, these activities of growth and um, you know, youth and all sorts of benefits. The kids can go on like camping trips and stuff. It like funds good stuff. The organization's really nice. The cookies are delicious, and you're helping the individual you buy them from. In this case, is a very good. Is the daughter or is the child? I believe. I think they does she go by? I think she who is the child of child works either way of a one of our filkers who came to Boscone and was like, hey, I have extra Girl Scout cookies you want, and I'm like, yes, and everyone in the circle was like, yes. That's clever marketing right there. You go to a Filk circle, people will buy Girl Scout cookies, and they are delicious. And I put them in the freezer, and my parents I stashed them in the freezer because it was Lent, and I busted them out, and I'm like, yeah. Oh hey, wordy girl, welcome, welcome, hello, hello. Welcome in, Raiders. I welcome to this. Hello, hello, hello. Um, uh, much love and blessings. Hi. Um, it's not the right one. Welcome on in. For those of you who don't know, hi. My name is Lee. No, not that one. Not that one either. This one. Yep. Problem is, I can't make the. Um, problem is with this is it's very hard to get the. There we go. Waiting. Hi. Word up indeed. Hello. Welcome. On in, everybody. Make yourselves at home. Hi, my name is Lee. I am a writer and a friend, and well, a friend of Wordy's, or I like to consider myself a friend of Wordy's. A writer from Got. I am. What else? Writer Got. Basically, just we do writing. Hello, welcome. Always good to have friends of Wordy's who are, your community is very cool. I'm on Discord, you should go follow Wordy's channel if you're not already. Obviously, most of you coming in probably are. But yeah, um, great community. Her Discord is like it's so much fun. We do the camps, which coincide with got so we work off those. Actually, that might be something we can do right now. What we're doing is I have four of the words open. We're writing some stuff. I have basically I just wrote a small scene in which Lee has a box of cookies, and I don't know what I was going with that. I just kind of like, all right, let's write something. But welcome on in. Um, you are all welcome here. And anyone who's here before who's not following Wordy Girl, go do that. Hopefully you were. Um, yay. Yes. So today is April, and it is Game of Tomes, and we have time for at least one more. Let's go to quest book. So we have at least one more time for at least one more. You know what? I think we can do one more of these. That's our last one, and then that'll be done. And then yeah, then that quest will be done. Okay. You get quests. Let's go to back to writing. I definitely got the full 444, which makes the writing streak, so that's good. Yeah, basically, I think we can do one more. I think we can. I think we can do it. And then that'll be our last one. It's gonna be tight, but I think so, because I do have day job, but I also want to hang out and write with you guys. So let's do that. Let's do it. What were we going to do? Um, 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 I did not count. Um, um, uh, um, but okay. Yeah, go. You don't have to hang out. I'm glad you're lurking. Yeah, you don't have to stay if you have to raid and run, but I appreciate you popping by. Absolutely. Um, for sure. It's fine if you want to lurk. I'd love to have you here. Okay. I was doing was to keep going on that and then double check that. Um, um, yes. So I don't know where we're going with the story, but we're going somewhere with it. So that's fun. Um, but you guys can come along for the ride. If you have any suggestions on what you would do if you had a box of cookies, especially if any got people, if any of you would know where a Tome Night might go with a box of cookies and what they might want to present, who they might want to present them to and share with. Um, um, modify the blessing. Um, 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 oh yeah. In let's see. Um, 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 yeah. How do you modify the process of making cookies? So the story behind it is that um, part of Lee's backstory is that his mother can make what are essentially chocolate chip cookies. Um, but if you bless the ingredients in the right way and prepare them with intentions, and then you have to read poetry to them while they're in the oven. That's the important part. Is you have to read poetry to them while they're in the oven. Um, between the intentions and romantic power from the poetry, um, it imbues the cookies with healing powers, so that uh, um, and it works. And pre-tome, they couldn't do much more than say help you get over a cold a few days faster or have a mild antidepressant effect. Like there wasn't much to them, but once tome powered litromancy happened, they became legitimate healing magics. Now, they're as powerful as say sables. Oh hey, later. Thank you for following. By the way, um, welcome on in. Um, yeah, God has a lot of lore, and part of the lore is the healing cookies, and a big part of that is going ingredient by ingredient and speaking to the nature of each one and how they combine as a whole to make something cookies, and that sets the intentions. Um, Sugar for sweetness, but also for energy. Flour, with grain being the basis of civilization. Um, Eggs representing a connection between man and beast with the chickens. Um, um, Butter, fat being energy incarnate. Um, and that stuff like that, like the with the biological and spiritual properties of each of the ingredients, and you go bit by bit, and um, then hmm, actually, I wonder if there's a patron saint of cooking. There is, I know. Um, 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 flour. Yes, I did spell flour properly. Okay, I almost went with the W spelling, and then I was like, yes, that is not how you spell flour. Um, yeah, absolutely. Lurkers are welcome. Oh, hydrate. I do actually have water in this mug. Mm. Because we didn't have any clean glasses, so mm. Hydrate. And I also have two beverages. Not quite the three beverage life, but two. One for flavor. Okay. So there's that. How many you couldn't eat so many cookies? I tend to eat on stream. But let's oh yes. Is the Cookie Monster nowadays says cookies are sometimes food because he's kind of smart about that. He's gotten sensible, but still appreciates cookies, which is a valuable point of view. Okay. Um, 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 yeah, the rise of agriculture. Um, I'm very okay. Let's see how yeah, availability. I'm a firm believer in grain and its civilization powers. Like the rise of easy calories, mass producing calories the way you can with grain actually does allow for a lot of civilization specialty. Now it's not the be all end all, and even places where they're still hunter gatherer, they still have culture, just not civilization in the same way. And um, well, and you can debate the merits, and it is what it is. But it is the way we think of civilization specifically today stems a lot from grain production, and I think that's really cool, personally. Um, but yeah, what was I going to say? Oh yes. And if one uh, um, fun fact about flour is that and gluten is that um, gluten free American flour has more gluten in it than European flour because the type of wheat we grow is different because of the soil and climate compositions. So we grow different varieties of wheat that tend to be more glutinous. It's just why a lot of people who have milder gluten sensitivities can go to Europe and eat bread and be like, I'm fine. But which, oh, sorry, uh, or at least not have as bad symptoms because it has less gluten. Um, the more you know. Um, Yeah, let's make that right away. Yes. Okay. What am I gonna say? Oh yeah. Good. We're getting there. Um. 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 Connective. Connective milk inch. All right. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm not. That's against Twitch's terms of service. If I were to follow through with that, I don't. I don't know if you're a bot or a paid shill. So I'm not going to ban you outright. Because it's not against my chat rules, but I will tell you you're barking up the wrong tree. You can stay and hang out anyway, but it's not gonna do you any good. I want to give you that option. Yes, okay. Um, 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 food scientists. Of the food scientists. Um, 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 yeah. Sorry, I'm babbling about the history of grain and civilization and life, and I'm getting very distracted from the writing. Um, 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 let's see. Um, yeah, at this point, I still don't know where we're going with the cookies, so basically, I'm just talking about how the process. Um, what type of, okay. All right. Beautiful. Okay, so koi cookies. What was I? Oh yeah, that's it. Almost hard. Right. So that was that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet, but that's the end of the monster fight, and it is 3 o'clock, which means it is about the time when I usually end the stream. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to count my words. Bring out your words. Bring out your words. Let me um bring out your words. Bring out your words. Anyone who is writing and is participating in Game of Tomes. Um, and um, bring out your words. Bring out your words. If any of you are participating in GOT, um, okay, yeah, it's still working. I don't know what I did with that, but I am sure it. Okay. All right. Excellent. Good job. Oh, good job with that. I do have to do more of Darth's. Um, what's it? But 362. Yes, this is it. Uh-huh. Beautiful. Okay. Um, okay, everyone. Let me hit this. If you are here, welcome on in. Darth, hi. I did not realize you were looking, but hello, hello. Got your words in. I got my words in. Anyone else get your words in? Last chance. We're going to go raid. Um, someone who's here. Sable's coming on right around now, right? We'll definitely raid. Okay, JC is on live, so let's go raid. We're gonna raid JC. Keep the GOT train going. Let us go and raid JC, who is really cool. All right, we're all raiding JC. Boom. I have the little orange and green emojis if you're following. and or subscribed to the channel, you should be able to get these orange and green emojis. They do say raid. The font is very small. Those are my raid emojis. Or you can use whatever raid emojis or just say hi. But that's just a fun little thing you can do. Take care of yourselves. Hydrate. Rest. If you need meds, take your meds. That kind of thing. Oh, they have a cute running with the kitty. Okay, let us go. Off to go see JC. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow for Greyhawk Day. Yep, we're off. Let's do it. Boop. Alright, peace out.